Hello guys, and welcome to the little known indie game called Minecraft. As you can tell, I have a few shaders installed. Figured I'd give this a little bit more life into the series. I don't have too many plans already for this. I got like one or two ideas. Um, I haven't played too much Minecraft in the last couple of years. I think the Ocean update was the last time I seriously played it. That being said, I have wanted to get back into it for some time, just never seemed to find the right chance to, or if I did, I'd play 5 minutes and kind of lose the interest. So hopefully this keeps some kind of motivation going for me here. Um, we got a little ways to go before we get too much going on. I suppose we should probably get some seeds going here so we can end up making a quick farm and have access to food. Looks like there's some copper. I don't have too many mods installed. I think it's like 5, just to help a little bit with the feel. I got distant horizons going on because I just love being able to look out and actually see your world as opposed to just fog in the distance. I feel like it definitely adds a lot more character to your worlds from what I have seen. Suppose that looks like it might be a village over there, so I'm going to work my way that direction. Typically when I start a world, I will add the bonus chest just because I feel like it, I guess. But I figured this time around I would start 100% fresh, brand new, no assistance in any capacity. Uh, so, one of my goals that I'm striving for here is going to be just a chilled, laid back playthrough, kind of like the good old days of Minecraft on YouTube. Anymore, you just see, you know, clickbaity titles of just hunting views. You don't get a real sense of community, in my opinion, with that anymore. It's all just, it feels forced and ingenuine. I got my work cut out for me as I don't have very many ways to fill in the gaps of, oh, I could tell a story of whatever I did and make an interesting story to talk about while working on whatever project. I'm going to try to keep this minimally edited. Um, I feel like that just helps a viewer understand what's going on or thought processes that I have, because I sometimes don't follow the standard path of the way people like to do things. Let's steal a bed here just so we have one. Well, I'm probably going to take a look around the area and see if there's a good spot for what I want to end up doing going around here. It'd be really nice to have a village nearby for the sole fact of villager trading, especially trying to get one with mending on him. There's a chest in there. Paper, bread, and a bundle. I don't know how I feel about the bundles, to be honest. Just the manner of being able to hold the different things up to a stack, in theory, is nice. The one or two times I have used it, it just hasn't really worked in the situations I don't want them to work in. crocodiles down there. Maybe I'll make a sword and go kill some of them. Some early leather. So far, I am not caring for the wood generation, but we'll see what we can get here. And I absolutely failed that. Oh, quick emerald. That's always nice. Grab some of these oxide bees. For whatever reason, I really like using gray concrete for a variety of different things. And I believe these give you the light gray. Yeah, they give you light gray dye. So it's a nice, easy way to get it, as opposed to trying to hunt down a bunch of squids. In the past, I have always tried to do a bunch of the different types of farms, in which, you know, you make a, what is it, an Elder Guardian farm, and you can get the ink off of them, and then you can take bone meal and make the white dye, and combine the two to the light gray, but every time I start that, I just feel overwhelmed with it, and I never do it. So maybe that's something I can change this time around, figure out how all that stuff works. I pretty much just can make standard mob spawners. Even then, sometimes I fail at it the first couple times. Looks like everything in here. Let's make some planks here. Do a crafting table. Some sticks. We'll do a axe, pickaxe, and a regular axe. We will make a quick sword, and we will make just a couple of torches here. Don't want that. Hopefully this is different from my typical look, where every time I harvest a couple early game cows, they then disappear forever. Just gather a couple more of these flowers to keep for the future. Now, I haven't played a whole lot of Java. I've played a little bit of modded for what I have played. I've come from Bedrock since the early days of the Xbox 360, and one thing I've always seen was the vast differences between Bedrock and Java. So I'm kind of curious if, with these flowers, if there's any way to reproduce them without just using bone meal on the ground and hoping to get something out of them. I don't know if maybe you can use bone meal directly on them and you can get more. I'm hoping to find a decently sized plains biome. It's looking like there's some ice out that direction there. Nice spruce forest over here. Though it's what called a taiga in the game or whatever. Yeah, they're a little bit of cool here. The first day of Minecraft never feels quite as daunting as it used to. Anymore, it's just like, even if I didn't have a bed and I was just out and about, I'd just be running around doing whatever, collecting a little bit of resources here and there, hoping to find something a little bit better. But back in the day, it was always like one of those things where you wanted to hurry up and build a hut of some kind, even if it was just a dirt house that's a 1 by 1, just to fit you in there until you knew the daylight came and you could get out of there. Now, I believe there's been a few new boss mobs that have been added. I have no clue. I don't know how to spawn them or anything. I've seen a couple things that look like that's what they are for. Like, I think the Deep Dark has a mob in it now. Or not now, but when it was added, had a mob added in with it. Let's see, it's all the leaf litter anyway. I wonder what that's used for. Just for a composting bin. It looks like a pig, I think. Standard wolves. I thought I did see something that had them changed into new variants, but I don't know now. Looks like a hills over there. That makes me wonder if extreme hills are actually a thing in the game still. It's usually what I would always build in was up on a mountain or into the mountain of an extreme hills biome. It gave me a lot of freedom, kind of following just, the natural layout of the mountains and caves. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a spruce tree grow like that. I'll grab some more sugarcane here. I should probably get a spruce sapling while I'm here so I have it later in case I want to use spruce for any building opportunities. My luck will end up being that oh no, I did get one. Okay, cool. Typically I don't get anything when I'm trying for it. I suppose while I'm at it, I should get a birch. Wasn't sure if I actually picked up that bed or not. Couple sheep there. Saw that there was a baby brown sheep there. I'm actually kind of curious as to if the elusive pink sheep still can be found. I have not seen one of those in ages. So, the first idea I have for a build is kind of on the large side. I figured it'd be a good opportunity to actually maybe sink some time into this game again, seriously, and, you know, actually have something to look forward to while doing it. But I need a fairly large flat area to build it on. Hoping for a plains. I would settle for a, decent sized mountain with a flat top on it, but I don't believe I'm gonna find that as an option. Now, I am playing on just standard world generation settings and all that. I typically would play, if I were to play, would have been on like I think it's the large biome variant. I like to actually, have it to travel a little bit. One thing I was trying to find is like a realistic world generation, and there's a few that are decent, but nothing that fits what I'm looking for, so I figured just try to go straight up vanilla and see how I get in. Of course it's gonna rain, because this is Minecraft. When doesn't it rain? I guess with the rain it would have been nice if I at least had a trident to be able to use here. Let's swim across here and continue climbing our way up. I am tempted to add the ambient sounds mod in addition to what I have selected. I feel like it gives a lot better of an ambiance to the game where, it's not just rain sounds or whatever in the background. You actually have something you can listen to. Let's see here. Looks like we're in another one of these spruce forests. So you get a wildflower. Interesting. You get yellow dye from them? Yeah. That's interesting. They have the yellow and white there. You just get yellow. I guess there isn't really any other crafting things that give you multiple items, but now I've seen a little bit with copper, but I don't know too much about it. I think they recently had an update that added a bunch of new copper uses, because I know before it was kind of just like you get it for XP and you maybe could turn it into what blocks and build with it, but then it oxidized over time and all that, and it just never really appealed to me. But I do need to take a look and see what all they added new with it. Maybe it will be, maybe it'll be worth it this time. And that didn't go to plan. I guess I got to turn a couple of these hay bales into some more bread. close to time to sleep again. I do think I just heard a skeleton, so we'll plop that down. Apparently there's monsters nearby. And that's a proper cave. And an achievement. There we go.